Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the finale of an Avid Gamer over Crisis Core Reunion. As always, I'm your host, DEDMan. And honestly, it is both everything that I wanted and everything that I didn't want. I'm still not super crazy on the voice actors that they chose for the English voice cast for Final Fantasy VII, just any of the remake stuff. All the old voice actors are perfectly fine. I have no idea why the English ones were the only ones changed. But besides the gripes of it not being the voice actors that I wanted, I would like to be a little positive about this. So, the gameplay is still very top tier. The level ups are carried out even if the BMW doesn't get to fully spin and you complete the battle early, which is really nice because I don't recall it ever doing that. Which, granted, if it hit to a point where you would get a level up, the whole battle would stop and you would watch it spin. So the fact that it continues to do it even if you basically don't get... If the game would register that you were going to finish the battle with the level up anyway, it would just give you the level up, which is awesome. One thing I did notice was that they reused the FMVs from the original. So it's mostly noticeable in basically the beginning, the middle, the end. So in the beginning cutscene, it is, the same cutscene. In the middle, where it's Sephiroth versus Angeal versus Genesis, that's the same. And the very end is the same, and it's just... Like, don't get me wrong, I am not even remotely complaining about that. It just seems weird to me watching it and knowing that's the exact same FMV that I saw so many years ago. I mean, I'm sure it's been touched up for the modern consoles and everything. It was weird to look at, was all. It's still one of my favorite endings, though. It's tragic as hell, and it is one of my favorites. I still remember getting to the point in Final Fantasy VII Remake where I thought they were going to go ahead and include that, and I was like, no, don't do it, it's too soon. But it's such a great, tragic end to the story. Honestly, I don't feel like there's a lot to cover with here, because I've already covered that, like, the new battle system works really well. It's that blend of what was in Crisis Core and the newer elements of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Honestly, just kind of as like my last little not so positive thoughts on it. It's not really a negative, it's more of an observation. I noticed that a lot of the animations seem stiff, some of the character dynamics seem stiff in here. Like, I know what they're supposed to feel like, but some of it just feels stiff this go-around, and I kind of feel like probably because this wasn't... I mean, this is a huge project, but at the same time, it probably doesn't have as big of weight on, like, Final Fantasy 16 or the upcoming Rebirth. I don't know what that's supposed to look like for anything. To me, some of it feels a little stiff and like it could have been done a little more cleanly. But anything that I have to say that's negative about Crisis Core really just boils down to the fact that I am a huge hardcore fan of Crisis Core and of Zack as a character, so any kind of nitpicking I have over his voice actor or Sephiroth's voice actor, and just... It all just comes from a place of deep appreciation for the characters and for the original source material. But beyond all that, the game is fantastic. I definitely can't wait to play more of it and actually finish all the missions this time. That was something that I never got to do in the original run, was finish all of the side missions. So I look forward to doing that, actually getting to fight Minerva, the super boss, and just getting to platinum the game eventually, because it's one of my favorite things. You know, in a list of my top 10s, it's there, probably at about number 5, I think. I don't know, my lists have changed a little bit in the last few years, so it's moved a little bit down the list, but it's still firmly in the top 10, I'd say. But ramblings aside, I did actually have a lot of fun with Crisis Core Reunion, and I can't wait to cover it in full with the Everything Great About. So, on that note, I'm going to let everyone go. Thank you so much for watching. Try not to die out there.